Hey guys, it's Gand, and this week we got something interesting. We got a gun named after a god. Definitely stay tuned.
Never stop, I'll get it if I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top. Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up.
Hey guys, it's Gand. Welcome back. I know it's been a minute since we've done a video, full-length video, at least a gun review video. And, you know, part of that is because in my area, not only is it hot, but it is also very windy, which are two things that are really hard to record outside to do so. And this video is no different, but I feel like you guys need a video. So, you know, I've been kind of hinting at that I was going to do this gun for a while, and every time I've gone out to try to record, let's just say I might be invoking its name. This week we are doing the Gand Power Stribog. Yeah, that is the Gand Power Stribog, the little sub gun chambered in 9mm. This thing's pretty sweet. But before we get into this guy, let's get into a little history of it. Gand Power, the company that makes the Stribog, was introduced in 2002. This company basically makes firearms for the Slovakian military. It is a Slovakian company, so it makes firearms for the Slovakian military. Well, it wanted to introduce firearms to the United States, so Global Ordnance took them on to introduce firearms to the United States. And of course, everyone knows that the K100, pretty popular little pistol in the early 2000s here in America. Well, in 2018 they introduced the SP9A1, and that pistol was named the Stribog. The Stribog is named after the Slavic god of wind. And I will tell you, every time I tried to take this out and film it, pretty sure I was invoking his name, because the wind mysteriously picked up every time I loaded this up and was ready to film. It wouldn't be a slight gust out there at all. And then as soon as I put this rounds in this guy, the wind starts blowing and the mic goes crazy. So you guys got talking head me today. But it was introduced in 2018 as a straight blowback subgun chambered in 9mm. Well, straight blowback design is okay, but the problem is the design of this pistol is very short. So this charging handle being up front like that, if you tried to C-clamp this like a lot of guys were, this charging handle would reciprocate and jam up the gun or hurt your thumb.
Who's hurt? Raise your hands.
Now, what was cool is the SP9A3, when it was introduced as a roller delay blowback system, which everyone knows the MP5 is a roller delay system. This is similar in that concept, using a set of rollers to delay the opening of the breech in order to make a lighter recoiling system that is actually pretty predictable in its recoil. But, you know, enough of that backstory. Let's go over some of the specs of this guy. We are going to go from the front to the rear. Yes, I'm not making that joke again. It is front to rear. Starting at the front, we got a 8-inch barrel on this guy. It is 8 inches. I know, awfully big, right?
That's what she said.
But 8 inches threaded. It is 1/2 by 28 threads, so you can throw on any muzzle device that you like for 9mm, including those suppressors. Up on top here, you have a full monolithic upper here. That means the whole upper is one assembly. It is not split between a handguard and a upper receiver. You have a full Picatinny rail across the top, which means you can put all your lights, lasers, optics, all that fun stuff that you guys want to throw on these guys. Granted, you don't need much on a subgun, but it is fun to throw all the bells and whistles on there. Next is it's got flip-up sights included. Now, these sights are neat because they are, when they're folded down, they're just low-profile iron sights. But then you can flip them up and turn them into little ghost ring style sights, which is kind of nice. And with this optic, kind of co-witnesses, which is also really nice. Now, moving across this guy, we are going to go around to the front side here, where it's got the charging handle here. This is a non-reciprocating charging handle, so once you cock it, it is not going to beat up your hand when you're C-clamping. And that's because of that roller delay system. It doesn't need to hook onto this charging handle in order to reciprocate. Moving across that, we're going to go down to the lower end of the firearm. And this thing's pretty cool because it's got a little bit of texturing right here across the magwell. But it's got some texturing across that magwell in case you wanted to, grip across that magwell. Some guys like to shoot like that. Sometimes I do. You never know. It's got nice, good grip texture across the actual grip of the firearm. It is two different styles. You got, well, technically three. You got vertical lines here, you got horizontal lines here, and then you got a little polka dot system here. Not bad. It's not super aggressive, but if you had sweaty hands, it should hold on pretty well. Then we're going to move on to the controls. What's really neat is this guy is fully ambidextrous from the factory, except for the extraction port. It does come with ambidextrous bolt hold opens, bolt catches, ambidextrous mag catches, and the charging handle can be swapped around from one side to the other. So it is pretty well set up for you wrong-handed shooters. Because we gotta adapt guns to you guys instead of you guys adapting to our guns. Whatever. Okay, but that is kind of cool that it is ambidextrous. You never know when you might have to shoot left-handed. But the safeties are also on both sides. One thing I will point out is this safety does go to the full downward position, which kind of gets in the way of your trigger finger there, which under recoil kind of is a little irritating, but this gun doesn't recoil a lot, so it's not too bad. There is a full enclosed trigger guard here surrounding this really nice flat face trigger. Alright guys, moving down to the trigger, we will show that it is clear. This is a really nice little trigger. It is a flat face single stage trigger, which means there is no take up. There is no take up to get to that wall. It is right there. And then it breaks right on through. Show that reset. It's right there. It brings you right back to the wall, and there is no give. There's no take up to get back to that wall. It is a really nice little trigger. It does feel a lot less than what they advertise it as. They advertise it as about 6 pounds, and honestly, it feels less, and I think that's because the brake is more of a rolling brake instead of just a flat wall that you have to push through, which is kind of nice. It is a very nice, clean, crisp trigger, and it makes follow-up shots very quick and easy because it is right there. It does come with a hard plastic case that has 3 magazines included in it. Those magazines are 30-round mags. But, you guys came here for me to talk about how it shoots, right? Not what the specs are of it. So let's go ahead and get over to the fun action. So I did take it out shooting a couple times, mainly to shoot this video out there, but unfortunately, Stribog was not allowing me to do so because every time I went out there, the wind started blowing like crazy. So, we just got some B-roll footage to show you guys today. But it is a very light recoiling gun. And because it is a pistol, I wanted to see how it shot like a pistol. So, I took it out there and I shot it thumbs forward, just like you would a standard pistol, and one-handed, just like you would a standard pistol. It actually shoots really well, and it could be because of that weight out here on the front end, and on top of that, the delayed roller blowback, or delayed roller system that's in it, which makes that recoil just a little bit lighter, a little bit neater. Now, it compares pretty similarly into recoil as some of my other pistols, including the Echelon. I think it's because the reciprocating mass is buffered up by that delay system, and that mass keeps that muzzle down, so the recoil isn't felt as hard, and that could be why it compares to a standard carry pistol. But it is pretty neat, neat setup. You can get really fast follow-up shots on this. I don't think I got any B-roll footage of that, but I was able to shoot pretty fast and pretty accurately with this guy, especially with this Vortex Viper that's on top. I do have a video coming out, hopefully pretty soon, on this guy, but to tell you my quick review, I took it right out of the box, mounted it on top of this guy, did not do any zeroing, and it's hitting pretty close to right on target. We are going to mount this to an actual pistol and see how it does under actual reciprocating recoil. So we'll see how that does. But, I mean, it is a Vortex Viper. You guys have all seen the videos on it. I'm sure it's going to be just fine. But I'm going to, do some tests on it. But, out of the few times I did take this guy out, I did shoot a Mod Podge of rounds. Everything from Max Tech to Arms Core to PMC, 115 all the way up, or 115 to 124 grain all day long. No issues, no cycling issues, no failures to feed, no failures to go into battery. So those are good things. So so far out of a few hundred rounds, I think I'm at maybe 250. It's running just fine. No major malfunctions. So, I will say this is a neat little pistol and definitely something to check out if you wanted to get like a CZ Scorpion or a Grasshopper Mouse, or, you've always wanted an UMP or an MP5. This might be a budget version of those guns that you can get your hands on, because these guys are fairly inexpensive. Speaking of fairly inexpensive, this video will be linked on my website, gundeity.com, where you can get things that I cannot post on this platform there. So check out gundeity.com, look for this video, and see if something there might catch your eyes. Also, I'm on social media platforms as X and Instagram, both under the name Gundeity, where I post lots of different deals that I see, and there's a lot of photos and behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see so much on this channel. If you guys ever get a chance, check out the Gand Power Stribog. It is a Slovak gun named after a wind god, so hopefully anytime you use it, the wind's not blowing for you. But definitely something cool to check out. And guys, as always, this is Gundeity, and I'll see you for the next one.
I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed. Got a lot on my plate, but I never get stressed. I'll take all the pressure like I'm acing this test. And like a damn Freemason, I'll run this nation. They call me a